What's up, guys? Me, the ALE Double X Prince. As you can clearly see, my video stopped when the WrestleMania preview weekend. But it's kind of odd that it did that because I basically talk about all the stuff in the Indies and not exactly about the WrestleMania card, like, other than Taker and Cena. So if you guys want to see all the stuff I think about outside of WrestleMania itself, I think you should leave it at that. I decided to make this a two-part video simply because there's so much content on the other one that now this video will probably take fucking 3 fucking hours to upload because YouTube can't get their shit right for some reason. Sorry about that little rant, but it's just the truth. So on the previous video, I talked about Takeover and possible call-ups, Super Card of Honor, the introduction to I talked about a little bit of Sakura Genesis and stuff like that. I did mention Undertaker and Cena. If you guys don't, I'll talk about Taker and Cena again, just for a brief time, just because I already did that. But I actually want to actually be able to talk about WrestleMania individually because this is mainly what was what people wanted to see, anyways. So, and I did mention that I wanted to talk about the Hall of Fame. I ended up not doing that because it was just like so much time. So I might as well talk about it now. Think that's what I'll do. Let's talk about the Hall of Fame. Just real quick. Goldberg is headlining. Makes sense. Goldberg, it was either that or Batista. I think Batista has more potential of coming back, so it made sense that they picked Goldberg. I'm excited for Goldberg's speech. He definitely deserves it. Paul Heyman's inducting him, so it's kind of weird, but it's whatever. The Dudleys are coming in, so I'm excited for that. I've been waiting for the Dudleys to be inducted, and even though they got screwed over their last run, I'm still happy that they're finally in the Hall of Fame. Ivory, I am digging it. If it wasn't going to be Ivory, China, I'm fine with Ivory. She definitely deserves it. She was over as shit. And I'm excited to see Molly Holly come back and induct her, so that's going to be even more awesome. I think with the Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian are going to have a lot of fun. So there's that. I'll save this one fool for the end. I think you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Jarius J.J. Robertson receiving the Warrior Award. You know, I get that they give the Warrior Award to fans. I'm never going to have a problem with that. But yeah, I really wish they gave it to guys like a Jim Johnson or something like that. Hillbilly Jim, fine. I'm actually shocked he's never been in the Hall of Fame yet to this point. But I'm alright, he's in. Jamie Hart is coming back, so that's great. Kid Rock in the Celebrity Wing, really, I'm fine with that. Even, I'm curious to see who inducts him. I actually don't have no clue who is. Maybe, I don't know, I feel like Stacy Keibler might do it from what I'm reading. Really, he's there for Undertaker's possible return. Mark Henry is being inducted by the Big Show. You know, I'm excited for Mark Henry. He definitely deserves it a lot. So it's just great. Anybody who's in the Hall of Fame clearly always deserves it, like Jericho said. But now let's talk about the one dude you guys are probably waiting for me to talk about, Jeff Jarrett. It is JEFFJARRETT, Jeff Jarrett. Inducted by the Road Dogg, Jesse James. Two guys who are really in bad positionings right now. Road Dogg is probably the most hated man in WWE right now since he's being a fucking piece of shit and basically ruining SmackDown for everybody. So, you know, you blame Road Dogg for that one. But Jeff Jarrett, I always felt like he was eventually going to be in the Hall of Fame. I just didn't know when, but I don't know. With Jeff Jarrett, he was a talented dude. He was charismatic, but overall, the guy has just been a complete douchebag. I mean, he basically ruined the chances of the Broken Hardy Boys being as over as they would. He basically talked shit about most of the wrestlers in the company. He made it cost a divorce with Kurt Angle and his wife. And for some reason that I forgot the lady's name, but that bitch is fucking stupid. How do you go from Kurt Angle to Jeff Jarrett? I don't know. It's fucking scrawny looking fucker. I don't know. Jeff Jarrett, he's fine. He's in. I'm cool with it. The thing I haven't dug so far, and this is just like a personal opinion, his video package has been weird. They've shown us the cowboy Jeff Jarrett, but they've never showed it like that Jeff Jarrett that we got in the Attitude Era, which it makes sense considering how hated he was. He went to WCW in its dying days. Both him and Booker T were the only thing worth watching at the time. So, I don't know. Jeff Jarrett, I mean, I understand everybody eventually goes into the Hall of Fame, but I don't know. The fact that he's been a douchebag, I hope they don't go as harsh with him, like, honestly. Because booing people at the Hall of Fame, other than Donald Trump, really doesn't really deserve to get booed that much. Overall, this card, it's not the best card, but I mean, they just kind of at this point they just found whoever to put on the Hall of Fame. The fact that they don't have China yet. If you want to talk about the women's revolution, why don't we have 2 female Hall of Famers? Why isn't China in it? I mean, that's just my personal thing. But yeah, that's my personal opinion on the Hall of Fame. Just quick thoughts. Now let's move on to the actual card of WrestleMania. Alright, so let's actually talk about the real WrestleMania card, my predictions, what I'm expecting from WrestleMania. I mentioned that I was going to talk about future things heading to this channel after WrestleMania, and I probably will discuss it during my review of WrestleMania, but let's talk about it now. Not now, like after my full predictions, because I actually want you guys to actually listen to me. But yeah, so let's actually talk about WrestleMania. Overall, the card looks fantastic. I'm digging it. It looks really good. I'm disappointed that we didn't get stories with these matches. Like, it's one thing to have the matches that we want, but it's another thing to actually build them up. Like, last year's card was not the greatest, I'll admit that. But what made it so exciting was the build-up. I mean, John Cena and The Miz having those back-to-back segments, yeah, the match was shit, but the lead-up to it was fucking awesome. And I wish that WWE actually gets some creativity down the road. Honestly, if not, what the fuck is the point of sticking around? Like, honestly, we have to rely so much on stuff that we liked in the past that we really don't give a shit about WWE anymore. Last year was one of the worst years I've ever had to deal with. The only thing saving that year was AJ Styles and Braun Strowman. Other than that, it's just been shit. Yeah, but WrestleMania this year, I'm excited for the card, but I don't know, dude. We need some moments in WrestleMania, not just matches. You know, people like to talk about the matches, but we need some WrestleMania moments like Hogan, Stone Cold, and The Rock drinking beer together. We need shit like that. Or like people being happy when they win the match. Like, yeah. Like, don't just give us matches, because despite WrestleMania 19 being one of the greatest WrestleManias of all time, it did not deliver as far as money goes, because it really relied on just matches, not necessarily giving us moments other than Rock, Stone Cold 3 or Hogan and McMahon. Those are really the only things that count as moments. Brock and Kurt Angle was a great main event, but really, who really talks? I mean, we do talk about the match, but when you think about greatest moments in WrestleMania history, you really do think of only Rock, Stone Cold 3 and Hogan McMahon at that time. So I hope we get some moments heading into these matches. So that's just my personal thoughts on it. Let's talk about the kickoff matches. The Women's Memorial Battle Royal. It's no longer the Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal. Thank God. Fuck that hoe. That fucking queer bitch. Whatever you want to call her. Fucking pimping out her own daughter. It's fucking sickening. So yeah, fuck that bitch. Aside from that, really, who gives a fuck about this Battle Royal? It's really just gonna be a bunch of women just throwing each other over the top rope. And really, you can blame the way they booked Cesaro for these battle royals being shit. I don't mind these battle royals being in the pre-show because it makes sense. You know, everybody who didn't make it in the card are in the kickoff in one battle royal, and then the winner of that eventually becomes a bigger star down the road. But then you gave Mojo Rawley the victory for some stupid ass reason. The runner up was Jinder Mahal, the WWE champion of last year. Didn't even win that battle royal, which was stupid. But anyways, the Andre battle royal and the women's battle royal, they could be fun, but I really don't care, especially since they're not gonna mean shit down the road. I hope they fix their shit and have these battle royals actually mean something. There's talks of possible NXT call-ups. Call-ups I've mentioned in part 1 of the WrestleMania preview. So, I don't know who makes it to the card, but yeah, let's just think. I'm gonna just give you my opinion on who might win. I think for the women, I want Becky Lynch to win it because Becky Lynch is someone who the WWE has been doing wrong ever since. I don't know. The good thing is that they actually made her what's it called? Because she was the only four horsewoman on SmackDown back then, she was getting over on her own, which was great to see. But ever since Charlotte joined SmackDown, she's been gone to shit. And it's not her fault. It's just that we have shitty creative writing on SmackDown, one of the worst in fucking decades. So I want Becky Lynch to win. I know they're building up Bayley and Sasha for most of this match, but I think Becky Lynch could be a great call to win this battle royal. The Andre battle royal, if I were to pick, I would honestly have the Velveteen Dream debut and win it, but that's just wishful thinking. Honestly, give it to Dolph Ziggler. There's no reason why he's re-signed unless you were going to do something with him. So just give him the win. Just so you at least have a reason to have him in there. So there's that. Now, Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali was originally going to be in the main card, but I guess they switched it to kickoff. At any point, they could switch it back because they did that with the women's six-pack challenge last year. It was originally on the kickoff, but then they switched it with Ambrose and Corbin, which honestly, in retrospect, it actually was for the better now that I think about it. Despite Ambrose and Baron Corbin being well established. So, it's just, I don't know. So, but definitely this match deserved to be on the kickoff. If anything, if you're going to have it on the kickoff, at least give him a good amount of time and have a good crowd there. Because remember Usos and New Day when they were on the SummerSlam kickoff? They were the second best match of the night that show. Honestly, if it wasn't for that main event, that SummerSlam, it wouldn't have been it probably would have been the match of the night. So Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali, they better give him enough time and have a fantastic match, which they clearly deserve to have, and they probably will have. As far as who goes over, Mustafa Ali is a talented wrestler. I think he's really great. He reminds me of Angelico from Lucha Underground. But this is Cedric's moment. The story's just there for Cedric. He was, ever since Rich Swann got fired and arrested, Cedric Alexander was the next contender. Then Enzo got accused. So now it's Cedric Alexander's time to shine. So I think Cedric Alexander has a better chance to win. So that's my personal pick. Undertaker, John Cena. Again, anything could happen. Freaking Undertaker could come back as the American Badass and attack John Cena and have the match anyways. I don't know what the hell they'll do with this, but I'm curious to see where this goes. But whatever happens, if Undertaker does come back, he needs to retire after this. I love The Undertaker. He is my favorite wrestler of all time. But I'm just tired of seeing him just having disappointing matches and just taking shots to walk again, which sucks. So I just hope that this is definitely the end of The Undertaker for good. Like Undertaker, but Come on, dude. But now let's get on to the actual matches that are announced and stuff. Let's talk about the U.S. Championship match. Randy Orton, Jinder Mahal, Bobby Roode, and Rusev. Now, a lot of people have high hopes that Rusev is going to have his big WrestleMania moment, but I think Mahal's going to win it. And because there's no, how the hell did Mahal go from the WWE Championship back to a jobber? So I'm pretty sure Jinder Mahal could win it. And I know you guys want Rusev to win, but I only say this hoping that Rusev goes to the main WWE picture after this. He deserves to be WWE champion. I'm tired of all these mid-card matches he's in. They job him out, then he's back to the mid-card. I mean, shoot. He fought John Cena in his very first WrestleMania. Not a lot of people could say that. Bray Wyatt can. Granted, that led to, of course, Bray Wyatt fucking up. But I don't want Rusev to fuck up. I mean, come on. It's freaking Rusev Day. But yeah, I think Mahal is probably going to end up winning. Just because there's really nothing to do with Mahal after this except send him back to Jobberville. Bobby Roode is a really liked guy. And honestly, I would send him a Raw because I could totally see him being an IC champion. He looks much better as an IC champion. And as far as Randy Orton goes, this dude has done it all. He's a Grand Slam champion. He should just retire at this point. Randy Orton, there's nothing to do. He's too injury prone. He's just not that great anymore. And it sucks because last year he won the Royal Rumble and became WWE champion. Now look at where he is now. No one talks about Randy Orton anymore. So yeah, that's just my personal opinion with Randy Orton. Next match I should talk about Bludgeon Brothers, Usos, and New Day. This is probably going to be a kick-ass match. I wish there was a ladder match or a TLC match, something, but I'm cool with it. This honestly could, if Cedric and Mustafa Ali move back to the main card, I could totally see this match go to the kickoff, which kind of sucks in a way. But I don't know, the excitement for this match, out of all the mid-card matches, is probably the only one with some build and some excitement to it. Because it has Usos and New Day, which kicked ass last year. Then the Bludgeon Brothers, who are over as shit, who are easily going to be the winners. I could totally see the Usos winning it. The New Day, on the other hand, I could totally see them losing and split up and have Big E have a big run on his own. No pun intended. As far as Kofi and Xavier, they could. I heard that they're having Cruiserweight Tag Team Championship belts. I don't mind seeing them try to get those belts, or if they could do stuff with them, other than just, I don't know, what they could do with the New Day when they split up. But Big E, I could totally see him having a big run. And Kofi and Xavier, I could totally see them also having a big run. I don't know. The New Day needs to split up. They're just so boring. If they're not going to fight the Young Bucks, who gives a shit? So yeah, that's my personal take on the New Day. And it would be good TV, so. But as far as who wins this match, Bludgeon Brothers is the easiest pick. We need some monster tag teams, and can you imagine if the AOP debuts and fights these guys? Hell yeah, all the way. Pretty disappointed though that Harper, we never got to see Harper do his own run, his own singles run. That's just my personal opinion. Really wish Luke Harper could have been something big on his own. Next match I'll talk about. The next tag team match, sort of handicap match. This is a weird WrestleMania. We have tag team matches, triple threat matches, fatal four ways, and now a handicap match. Cesaro and Sheamus versus Braun Strowman for the Raw Tag Team Championships. If Braun Strowman wins the Raw Tag Team Championships on his own, I'm all in. There's talk that Samoa Joe might come in and be his tag team partner, and Cesaro and Sheamus do their run, which could be great. Honestly, whatever happens, I don't care who goes over, just as long as all these guys get a pretty solid push. If anything, I'll have Cesaro and Sheamus split up after this if Braun Strowman wins. Cesaro does his own thing on Raw or SmackDown, whichever you pick. And I think Sheamus, if he's still going to stick around, he could definitely be a good mic dude, be a good heel. That's Probably not gonna happen, but it could be good for Cesaro and Sheamus to split up once again and have them have singles runs. I think both men are, and have them separate brands. That's obvious. That's so obvious to do. As far as who wins this match, Braun Strowman could win it on his own, and that would be great. If Samoa Joe teams up with him, I'm down for it. Braun Strowman and Samoa Joe being tag team champs, it would be really interesting TV. So there's that. So that's my opinion on that. So if it's Joe and Strowman, I'm cool with that. But if it's I really wanted Braun Strowman to do it on his own because there's no sense. There makes no sense for other guys to come in other than Joe. There's talks of Elias. I don't want to see that. There was talks of John Cena. That would have been a nightmare. I don't know what they would have done, but yeah, I want Strowman to win on his own. But if Joe wins it, I would actually be even happier with that. Now that I think about it. Next match to talk about. Damn, all of these matches look good. Which should I start? Let's start with the IC belt. Miz, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor. Now this match has already actually happened, but the previous one that they've had, Bray Wyatt and Samoa Joe interfered, causing Seth Rollins and Finn Balor to lose. But this time we have possible interference by the Balor Club and maybe the Miztourage. I hope that doesn't happen. Now, as far as who wins this match, this is a hard pick. Anybody could win and I'll be happy. Now, the Miz's chances are he's going to lose it because he's going to take time off to spend time with Maurice and his new daughter. So that's going to be great for the Miz. But as far as who wins between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, now, Seth Rollins winning would be awesome. Him being the IC champion would be incredible TV to watch. It would be cool. And plus, this would make Seth Rollins the Grand Slam champion. Finn Balor, I'm disappointed that he never got the Universal Championship shot that he deserved. But I only want him to win if he comes back as the Demon. The Demon gives Finn Balor a character which is something he desperately needs at this point. And I think Finn Balor as a Demon will definitely be winning. If he wins just regularly, it would be great, but it's not as great. That kind of mentality. So I want that to happen. I want to see Finn Balor win as the Demon. So that's my prediction. Finn Balor, Demon Finn Balor comes back and wins it. Seth Rollins could be another epic pick, but honestly, I really don't care because whoever goes over in this match, we all win. And I hope we have a great match. Hopefully we don't get interference that much from Miztourage and the Balor Club. Hopefully not. Swear to God. I guess we can talk about this. Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax for the Raw Women's Championship. This build-up, it started strong with actually being built up since freaking last year. They've been building this up, but this idea that I get that they want to do the story of Nia Jax used to be bullied and stuff, so it makes sense. I actually don't hate it as much. It's just that Nia Jax has just been built up like a badass, and that theme song that she has is really fucking up her character. It really is, because she's supposed to be this badass, and she has this I'm not like most girls theme, which sucks. So this is probably going to be a quick squash match. If Nia Jax wins, all for the better. That's my prediction. But if Alexa Bliss wins, I'm just curious to see who the hell is going to take that belt off of her. But yeah, Nia Jax is definitely my prediction. It's her moment. The story's just there. It's pretty obvious. And it would be a pretty good moment. I don't know about the match quality. Alexa Bliss has had good matches, but not great ones. And Nia Jax could easily squash Alexa Bliss easily. Hell, if Alexa Bliss wins, I wouldn't be shocked if they do Mickie James and Alexa Bliss down the road for the belt. But yeah, my prediction is going to be Nia Jax easily. Next up, the match that we thought would never happen. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Shane O'Mac and DB, Daniel Bryan. This is going to be... this is honestly the only match with a good build-up and story going into it. It's been built up since Hell in a Cell when Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens teamed up and screwed over Shane at the Hell in a Cell. Daniel Bryan being easy on them. The story was just built up really well. And this is going to be a big moment for Daniel Bryan. He's returning to the ring. I want to see how he wrestles again. I see Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon winning, but I wouldn't be shocked that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn win because their jobs are on the line at this point. My take on this, I only see Owens and Zayn losing if Shane McMahon turns heel. Shane McMahon turning heel would be the biggest moment setting up Daniel Bryan in the future run. I still believe that Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan could happen at SummerSlam or down the road. I think it needs to happen, but taking away Daniel Bryan's moment would suck. It really would. Again, it's all about the good. Either you want a great story heading into it, or you want a big WrestleMania moment. It just depends on what WWE wants. My prediction: Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. I wouldn't be shocked if Owens and Zayn win, but again, I only want that to happen if Shane screws him over. Next up, oh shit, I've been dying to talk about this one. Charlotte and Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Charlotte and Asuka could have told a good story, but they didn't. They did a little bit good with the Mixed Match Challenge match. That was pretty solid. As far as this, it's been kind of rough. We have one promo. Then Charlotte had a mini feud with Natalya. Carmella kept trying to cash in. Then Asuka out of the blue shows up. With the Mixed Challenge, they did a good job building it up kind of a little bit. But it's all about the streak and stuff. I wish they went more creative with this story. But again, Road Dogg is writing this piece of shit. But yeah, I wanted more interaction with these ladies. And I hope they have enough time to have us a good match. Because if you guys seen what Asuka can do, and if you guys have seen, you guys definitely know what Charlotte can do. She's the reason why we even have the Women's Revolution. So, as far as who goes, Asuka goes over. But if Carmella cashes in and pins Asuka, I wouldn't be mad. Why? Because Carmella is a proper heel. I want something new. And I know Asuka just arrived to the roster, and I know that she has an undefeated streak, but if that streak gets broken, are we still gonna really hate Asuka? And especially if Carmella cashes in. I want to see Carmella cashing in. How big would that be? A WrestleMania moment where Carmella cashes in against the undefeated Asuka. I don't know why people have a problem with that. I think Carmella definitely should get her moment. She deserves it a lot more personally because she has charisma. She's the only success from the whole Team Soft faction with Enzo and Cass. Cass got injured and will come back probably after Raw. After WrestleMania, my bad. Enzo, his debacle and shit. And Carmella is the only thing that could have been great. And I hope they don't mess up this opportunity. If anything, maybe cash in on the main event on the Raw Women's Championship. My bad. Think about it. Nia Jax gets her moment. Carmella screws her over. That would have been actually fine. Whatever happens with the women's matches, I want to see Carmella be a champion. That's what I want out of the future of this company. Now let's talk about the triple main events so far. Obviously, Cena and Taker. It's not announced, so it's not going to technically be a main event. But let's talk about the celebrity match, even though Rousey is now a full-time competitor on the WWE. We got Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle, Stephanie, Triple H. This match is not going to be that great. It's a mixed tag team match. We've seen so many at the Mixed Max Challenge. This, I don't know. It could be good. It could be good. It's not gonna be great. That's just a fact. It's not gonna be that great. Rousey needs to go over. If you guys want to build Rousey to be the next big thing, she has to go over. She has to win. Beat Stephanie and Triple H. I thought about it when I rebooked WrestleMania 34. I said that Stephanie and Triple H should go over just so we could continue a story between Rousey and Stephanie. But rethinking it, I do not want to fucking see that. And I apologize in advance for even thinking of putting Stephanie McMahon over, especially after that shitty ass segment she pulled with putting her through a table and just being over. I mean, Rousey needs to win this. Even though she sucks at promos, she keeps talking about suicide thoughts, and the fact that they even talked about that shit in that one promo, it was fucking insane. So that's my take on it. Rousey going over and Angle going over, I'm down for it. We all talk about Triple H and Triple H and Stephanie McMahon leaving after this, Rousey being a big star. The real question is, what the fuck is gonna happen to Kurt Angle? Because if this is his official last match, it's kind of a weird way to go out. I mean, it makes sense putting over Rousey and stuff. How about, I don't know if Jason Jordan is clear, but what if Jordan screws over Angle? I don't know, that could be interesting. I don't know, you could get creative with this match. The story hasn't been that great. It's just been video packages after video packages after video packages, but what do I know? Now let's talk about the match that should main event the show. Royal Rumble winner Shinsuke Nakamura, WWE Champion AJ Styles, the Wrestle Kingdom 10 rematch we've been waiting for a while. It's not going to be as great as that match. I'm just telling you right off the bat that it's not going to be as great as that match. With that said, it's still going to be a classic, one of the greatest matches of all time. And that's saying a lot. My problem with this match is that the build-up to this was so fucking shitty. I like what they did when Shinsuke Nakamura teased Styles with the Kinshasa, but all this feud was, I'm going to beat you at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. That's all the feud has been. I wish they had more interaction. I wish they played off their friendship at Japan. I wish they even brought up their first match. I just wish that they did all these things, but all they've been doing is having matches with Gable, Benjamin, hardly interacting. And it sucks. And it does make you think, what if the match is a disappointment? And it sucks because that feud was like really, really bad that it might actually take you out of the match. Hopefully that is not the case, and Styles and Nakamura get a proper 5-star classic. Now, who goes over? Shinsuke Nakamura. It would be a much bigger moment. AJ Styles is already established. 2016 was his biggest year ever. One of his biggest years ever. Aside with 2005 in TNA and 2015 in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So AJ Styles has got it all. He really doesn't even need to wrestle anymore. For what I hear, he wants to retire. So why don't put over Nakamura? That would be even bigger for him. And Nakamura could be that one dude that could say, Styles never beat me. That's a lot you could do there. So this is probably going to be the match of the night. It should main event, but then I understand why it's not the main event, because whoever main events this 7-hour show will be screwed. And that match is probably going to be Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Yes, Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns are going to main event. Now, a lot of people are saying that this match is going to suck. Do I want to see this match? No. But is it going to be a good match? You damn right it is. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns could have a good-ass match. The build-up has been fucking bad, though. Roman Reigns, oh, I'm here every day. Where the fuck is Brock Lesnar at UFC? Spoiler alert, Brock Lesnar is leaving to UFC. There's no negotiation. It's fucking official. Every time they negotiate this shit, that means Brock Lesnar is leaving. And I'm fine with it because we need to have a real champion. Roman Reigns is the face of this company, whether you guys like it or not. And him going over, fine. If he loses, I'll be shocked as hell. But Roman Reigns winning, yeah, I don't see a problem with that. Yeah, overall, this WrestleMania, every match here, maybe like two. Honestly, every match has a reason to be watched. Even Taker and Cena, if it happens. The Battle Royals, again, take them or leave them. It could be interesting with all the NXT call-ups from the women's one or legends that could appear, but overall, this card is fucking amazing. Despite the shit build-up, I really wish that we had a better build-up, but the fact that we have a card this damn good, I'm definitely excited for WrestleMania weekend. Again, watch part 1 if you haven't already. And that's going to be it for my predictions. Now let's talk about some updates. Because I really wanted to talk about this here. A video that people might actually see for once. But following WrestleMania, there's really no reason to go back to it. I'm not saying I'm leaving YouTube. I'm not saying I'm done making videos of wrestling. Because I still will make wrestling videos every once in a while. Definitely will do the top 10 matches of the month each month. I might talk about little things here and there. Maybe I gotta start talking about more independent wrestling shows for sure. But as far as talking about wrestling for a while, it's gonna be so damn stressful because despite how good WrestleMania 34 is gonna be, we're going back to square one. We're gonna go back to complaining. We're gonna go back to bitching. We're gonna go back to arguing about everything. We're gonna go back to just being tired. And we don't have any good writers. Vince McMahon is still around for some reason. He's not sucking football's dick. Yeah. So I really don't want to continue watching wrestling. I'll talk about it every year in a while. But I won't do it as much until the shit actually gets better. Probably at SummerSlam season. I will talk about the pay-per-views and maybe some things here and there. I'll do my predictions on who gets drafted to SmackDown and Raw and shit. But as far as just watching this shit, I'm just fucking tired of it. With that said, what are you expecting to see in this channel now? If I'm not going to talk about wrestling. There's always movies reviews. But I haven't done a series in a while. The last time I did a series was the Fast and Furious series. The other ones I've done were X-Men. I was going to do Christopher Nolan movies. Never did it. I was going to do Denis Villeneuve movies. Didn't do it. Avengers Infinity War is coming up. I talked about this in my Black Panther review. And I think I still want to do it. I want to do a retro review series of all the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. They've been my favorite movies to watch these past couple of years. It's just been incredible, from Iron Man to Black Panther all the way. There's been some ups and downs, and I want to talk about something new in this channel. And hopefully, I hope that this does not affect the YouTube channel. I really do not want you guys to leave. I want you guys to stick around with me. Again, I know you guys don't give a fuck about it. Majority of the stuff I talk about other than wrestling, but it's just something I like doing. And I really wanted this channel to expand to something big. And that's what I'm going to do. So I want to talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I actually want to talk about the Mission Impossible series. If I have time, I probably won't do those, even though it's less movies, but I still want to do my Marvel Cinematic Universe series. I called it. I want to do it. I promised myself I will do it. I'm already at Spider-Man Homecoming with the series. I've been watching all of them back to back. The good thing is that some of them are on Netflix and some of them I own. Some of them are a little bit hard to find because I don't own the DVD yet. But overall, I'm almost catching up with the movie, so just stay tuned with that. That will be all. Again, I'm not done with the wrestling videos. You guys just gotta understand that I won't be as happy to do it, but I'm still gonna talk about wrestling every here and there, but that's just my thing. That will be all. Let's close it. My throat is sore. I did 2 videos back to back. I'm actually, as of right now, I'm still waiting on the first video to get uploaded because it's taking like an hour. And this one's probably gonna take longer. But yeah, that'll be it. My predictions for WrestleMania. I hope to see you guys soon. I'm the Double X Prince. ALE Double X Prince. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Let's do it, guys. Hope you guys still bear with me. And until then, I'm out. Peace.